a man of focus, the man who loves the National Assembly, the one that will support you to support your constituents, to now present the 2025 budget.
And on behalf of my colleagues, distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, honorable members of the House of Representatives, I welcome you, our members of your executive team, to the fourth joint session of National Assembly on presentation of the budget proposals. I hereby invite Your Excellency to address this joint session and lay the 2019 budget proposal for the consideration of National Assembly in accordance with Section 1.
Budget that I present to you is one of the restoration. It seeks to consolidate the key policies we have instituted to restructure our economy, boost human capital development, increase the volume of trade and investment, bolster oil and gas production, get our manufacturing sector humming again, and ultimately increase the competitiveness of our great nation and economy. Again, I summon the unstoppable Nigerian spirit to lead us as we work to rebuild the fabric of our economic and existence. It is with great pleasure, therefore, that I lay before this distinguished joint session of the National Assembly the 2025 budget of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, titled the Restoration Budget, Securing Peace, Building Prosperity, and may God bless and keep our troops fighting for our security safe. May God bless the armed forces of Nigeria. May God bless this Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
The economy has recovered from recession. The economy has recovered from recession. And we had 6 quarters of growth since then. We have done more work with less resources in agriculture, infrastructure, and social investments. We have built better understanding between the federal government and the state on non-partisan fault lines, in particular intervening several times to support states to meet their obligations, including the payment of salaries and pensions. Sustained development is difficult, if not impossible, in an atmosphere of insecurity and poor governance. We have therefore made strenuous and successful efforts to overcome the insurgency in the Northeast and to resolve intercommunal misunderstanding elsewhere. May I appeal to the honorable members that the world is watching us, and we are supposed No, it's not true. We are supposed to be above this. The federal government and the National Economic Council have been working in a unified and patriotic manner to tackle the underlying causes of tension between pastoralists and sedentary farmers. These conflicts have been a long-standing history caused mainly by competition for increasingly scarce resources occasioned by rising population.
Thank you. Without your prayers and directly or indirect support, I wouldn't be standing before you as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. First, I must thank you. Your prayers, your accommodations, the palaces I was able to visit, and those ones I was unable to visit. My exceptional uncle, Buhari, welcome. I think your dream is realized and your prayer is answered. Thank you very much. All the senior government officials here present. Worry not. Nigeria is in good hand.
Having just a few minutes ago sworn by the Holy Book, I intend to keep my oath and serve as president to all Nigerians. I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody. A few people have privately voiced fears that on coming back to office, I shall go after them. These fears are groundless. There will be no paying off old scores. The first is prologue.
Look, Buhari has been president for how long? 4 years. Many of us have been here. I've been here for 12 years. Some of these problems were created because some of us here did not do our job. So what are we talking about? So let's face the truth.
Okay.
And people in the press must help to disseminate the truth because only the truth will set the people free.
Whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, we are leaders in this country. We have a responsibility. God will ask us, one after the other, what did you do as a senator? What did you do as a senator? I'm not a pastor or a malam, but I'm just reminding us what we know. And maybe that will touch our conscience. You can't start hiding under party or anything. We are leaders that are entrusted by our people to come and speak on their behalf. Not only speaking on their behalf, to do anything constitutional. And we know that why government is there is security and welfare of its citizens. I said last time, Mr. President, and we closely took the resolutions, and it's another week now. We cannot continue like this. We have to tell ourselves the truth. We have to stop talking to cameras and then, like more or less, people will start thinking that we are just grandstanding. We should sit down within ourselves and say it as it is and take appropriate actions. Mr. President, if you have any problem with that, allow the Senate to do it. We understand your position. You're in a difficult position. But let me tell you, Mr. President, God will ask you. Wallahi. So, Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President. Maybe that will help me. But that's not a joke. Wallahi, we need to. Enough is enough of this. Enough is enough of us coming here to stand and talk. Even the one I'm saying now, when it will not matter. But it can. This is not the end. The Constitution is clear. It did not limit what we can do. The limit, we have not reached the limit. Let us consider it and see if we have to go further. And you must lead. Because that is what you swore to do, to protect the lives of Nigerians is number one. In fact, is why we are here. The government basic responsibility is security and welfare of its citizens.
No Boeing, there was what I would call legislative theatrics. Legislative theatrics. There is legislative art, there is legislative science, there is legislative process, there is legislative theatrics. So whenever you have an issue, you either bring theatrics or science or art or the processes. Therefore, what happened was the legislature exercising their freedom.
So we want to make Nigeria better. We know our limitations, of course. There are people who have ganged up. They don't want development because development will free people from poverty. All they will say is they will go to the rallies and say, there is hunger in the land. There is poverty. Of course, there will be hunger. We are fighting that. We are fighting poverty because you stole everything. Who said there won't be hunger? When one person stole billions of dollars in Lagos alone, in Lekki Peninsula, estates built worth over 37 billion naira. Nobody can come out and say this is mine. But we know these are stolen, created from stolen funds. So we are going to make Nigeria better, and by the grace of God, most Nigerians will be on board. Any Nigerian who wants development, any Nigerian who is honest will pitch his stand with President Muhammadu Buhari.